Chapter 41 Tinker's Return. Charlie could only drink so much tea, and soon it was time for him to go out and explore. Don't worry, love, his mum said. I'll be okay with my books. Mary said as she turned the pages of an impossibly big fat book. She was back to normal. There's more to life than books, said Charlie, and he was surprised at his rudeness. And comics, Mary said with a smile, and Charlie shut the front door behind him with a heavy heart. Charlie walked along the street, avoiding the puddles and daydreaming as usual. He was so pleased not to be at school, but he needed to find things to do, and it wasn't easy. As he got closer to the town, he heard the sound of a commotion in the distance. It took him a while to realize that the couple who were arguing were Tinker and Mary. Charlie did his best to avoid them, but it was impossible as he was directly in their path. Before he knew it, Mary had walked away and Tinker was picking his books up off the floor and looking more miserable than Charlie had ever seen him. Charlie didn't know what to say, so he just said hi. Hello, said Tinker, brushing the rain off his books and frowning. Have you had a row, said Charlie. You could say that, said Tinker. I'm fed up with her bossing me about, he said. Tinker felt guilty for ignoring Charlie for the last few days, but he wasn't keen on apologizing. It wasn't cool. All that he could do was offer Charlie a piece of chewing gum, which he gladly accepted, and as soon as he did so, the curse was broken. Once more they were friends. What shall we do today, said Charlie. He always looked to Tinker to organize things. Tinker didn't have a clue, but he didn't want to appear not confident. Just follow me, he said, with the dazzling smile of old. Charlie began to grin also. It felt great to have his best friend back again. He didn't want to tell him about his mum, as he didn't want to darken the mood. So he decided to tell him about the bird that he had found. With all of the commotion with Keith, he had forgotten to check, and he hoped that she'd be all right. Tinker was impressed. I'd love to see her, he said as he handed Charlie a piece of gum. I think we should go down the woods, said Tinker, and see what we can find, he said excitedly. Charlie nodded enthusiastically. It was always nice to have somewhere to go. The sky was autumnal and icy blue, and the ground was nice and hard. It was perfect for walking, thought Charlie, and he felt himself feeling happier than he had in a long time.